Hey, it's Dr. Dunaway here with Chiro Strength, and today we're going to discuss 2 drills to improve your internal rotation. And the reason we're doing 2 drills is because one's going to focus on more soft tissue of the muscles on the back, because we'll be laying on our side and those muscles in the back will kind of be stretched a little bit, and as we pre-stretch those will most likely be your limiting factor. And then we're going to do one on our back with our shoulder in a bit more of a neutral position here, at least for the pecs and the shoulder. And then we're going to try to get a little bit more into that capsule with a different stretch. So the first one's going to be a sleeper stretch. I got a yoga block here because I would like, when I go down on my side, I would like for that shoulder to be stacked and my neck to be nice and relaxed. If not, my shoulder goes down like this and I end up in a position that's not really good for this stretch. So with my arm kind of at a 90-degree angle here, I don't want to be too far down, I don't want to be too high. I'm going to slowly start to give myself a little pressure. And really I'm just letting it kind of fall down to where it just naturally wants to stop. This hand's going to give you just a little bit of extra pressure, and as I do that, I want to try and keep the chest up, and I'll feel a first little hint of stretch. From there, I can kind of relax for a couple seconds into the stretch, but once I feel like I'm done getting more range, I'm going to start some isometric contractions in this end range. So to start, I'm going to drive up into my hand for 5 to 10 seconds, resisting with my top hand, driving with my bottom hand, and then my fingers will reach around to the front of the wrist, and then I'm going to try and pull myself out of that position while my bottom hand tries to hold the ground. Then I'm going to reverse and go through a couple rounds of this, trying to drive up, 5 to 10 seconds, going back down, driving down, 5 to 10 seconds. And usually this pressure that I'm using with this arm is kind of like a wave. So I start a little lighter and I start to build, and eventually I should be able to get myself a little further with that. Now that's going to be great for those posterior shoulder muscles, but to get the capsule, we're going to do more of a stretch that's called a bully stretch. So in this one, my hands go into the small of my back, and usually most people when they get in this position, the shoulders will be up in this position just like this, kind of rolled forward. So really the goal of this is to try to get those shoulder blades pinned to the ground, and you're going to kind of extend through the thoracic spine to do this. And this stretch is all about just kind of trying to create some isometric contraction, driving the elbows into the ground and driving the back of your hand into the small of your back. And this is going to be, again, trying to hold pressure for about 10 seconds. So in this position, as I'm relaxed, I'm going to kind of push my shoulder blades back to the table, and when I do that, my elbows drive through the table and my hands are driving through the low back, and I'm going to hold that pressure for 5 to 10 seconds. You can start to get a little more aggressive with the press and a little longer with the press the more this starts to open up. And if you have a partner, they can kind of push these shoulders down to the back, or push these shoulders down to the ground or to the table, and you can kind of relax in this position, just breathe while your partner gives overstretch to the muscles through here for a little bit longer period of time. But with those 2 stretches, you're getting a lot of soft tissue in the back, and you're also trying to get to that capsule. Now, if you can't even get your hands back here behind the back because you're so limited, you might have to go underneath the sacrum, under the butt, because as the hands come up the back, it's going to require a bit more range of motion. But with those 2 exercises, it's a really good start to loosening up that shoulder internal rotation.